Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. It's week 8 in the NFL, and right now we're doing our popular weekly call with Doug Upstone, getting his value picks. In this video last year, Doug Upstone had a great record overall, and he really got particularly hot around this time of the year. We'll see how things are going for him right now. Doug Upstone, thanks for being back with us.
Peter, my pleasure to be back. And yes, we're starting to percolate a little bit.
Really?
2-1 each of the last 2 weeks.
Wow.
So we're starting to creep back up there a little bit. So yeah, let's see if we can keep it going. And I even mentioned it in the article I wrote for this particular piece, mentioned you by name.
Oh, excellent.
Called me out and said that I got hot at this time of year. So I'm trying to make you look good at the same time.
Oh, great. Yeah, make everyone look. Everyone's a winner on these Doug Upstone shows. And we do it with a smile and a great, pleasing voice, which you have. So what's your record overall in these value picks on the year so far right now?
After 7 games, I believe 13-11, because I had a couple of bad weeks in the
Right.
But like I say, we're starting to come back, and like I say, hopefully we can just take off. Maybe not quite as good as last year, but get something very close at least.
So you have a long track record of doing extremely well in our videos with a smile. All right, what's your first value pick with us this week, Doug Upstone?
My first value pick is once again with the Indianapolis Colts. I'm coming right back with them again this week. They're 4-0 straight up and against the spread. And besides the phenomenal play of Andrew Luck and the offense in general, I'm looking at their defense, Peter, and I'm really impressed. In their first 2 games, they gave up 61 points, but since then, just 15 points per game. As they've had to make some changes because of personnel and injuries, but the players have accepted their new roles, and they're really working cohesively as a team. Now, Pittsburgh won on Monday night, and yeah, it was a nice victory for them. But as we saw, they're a team that's trying to rebuild on the run, a little shaky just overall, and they got some very significant breaks. I say look at Indianapolis here as the more complete team who is 9-1 off a double-digit cover. I think the Colts are the play here.
All right, well, you're getting zero argument from me here, Doug. That was also one of my favorite plays of the week, and I bet it already at -2.5 on the opening line. And my only thought is my same thought as last week. It's just like the line seems a little bit low. I'm a little bit scratching my head on it. Last week, obviously, they were a great bet. And the thing is that the Colts aren't going to sneak up on anyone because they've been covering all year long. So do you have any comments on why the line seems, at least at first glance, to be so relatively low?
First of all, it's a road game, so I think that plays into it. And then the other thing is that Pittsburgh, Indianapolis is playing well, but Pittsburgh is still a public team one way or another. So I think in order to balance the action, I think that it's a fair number from the odds maker's perspective.
All right, well, I'm in agreement with you, Doug Upstone. What's your second value pick for us?
My second value pick is with the Baltimore Ravens at Cincinnati. Now, Cincinnati is a lot like Austin Power these days. They lost their mojo. They're 0-2-1 and 0-3 against the spread since coming off the bye, and there's just really no positive elements that their coach Marvin Lewis can attach to because they've been outgained 158 yards a game in their last 3. That's really a bad situation. Now, some handicappers or even sports bettors will look at the situation and say, hey, Cincinnati's at the right position. They're at home. They're playing a division team. They're off a series of bad games. But I'm looking a little bit further is to say, you know what? They're just not playing well, as I just mentioned. Plus, I look at Baltimore, who has 2 losses. Both of them were each by just 7 points. And in 4 of their 5 wins, they've won by 20 or more points. So they have blown teams out. I think Baltimore is, again, the better team here. I think they're playing better at this juncture, and they're playing into revenge against Cincinnati for week 1. I think the Bengals are going to lose again. Baltimore is your value play here.
All right. Obviously, I can't say I disagree with you on this. Obviously, yeah, the Bengals are having appearing to have some real issues on the field right now. It's just that with Cincinnati, a complete turnaround in any given week would not be a shock at all. I mean, you have talent, right?
Absolutely. Now, could it happen? Sure.
Right.
I just don't think it's going to be this week.
All right. I can't disagree with you, Doug Upstone. What's your third value pick for us?
My third value pick, I'm going to Sunday night, and we're going to look at the total, Peter, on this one. Now, we've actually lost value on the total because of what has happened, but boy, every reason to believe it's the right side. Green Bay, 6-1 over this year. New Orleans, 5-1 over this year. These teams have played in their last 8 games, 7-1 over. You got Aaron Rodgers with the Packers offense averaging 36.2 points a game in the last 4 weeks. You have a disgusted Drew Brees with the New Orleans Saints who continue to blow games. They're going to be at home. They're going to be fired up and ready to go. I look at this game. I don't see how it doesn't go over. I don't think you need a hunting dog to pick this one. 55 and over with this particular game, that's your play.
Doug Upstone, thanks so much for all your thoughts once again, and we'll talk to you next week.
The SBR network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns, big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.